Most disasters don't begin with villainous laughter or ominous music. They begin with someone making a perfectly reasonable decision, sensible even, the kind of choice you'd defend confidently if questioned later. This seemed like a good idea at the time. History is full of moments where no one was trying to cause harm. No one was reckless. No one thought they were about to become a cautionary tale taught in textbooks or whispered about decades later. And yet, through bad timing, incomplete information, or reality's deep commitment to irony, everything went catastrophically wrong. These are not stories of stupidity. They're stories of innocence colliding with consequences. Here are 3 completely innocent decisions that ended very, very badly. 3. Opening the door to be polite. The Halifax Explosion, 1917. On the morning of December the 6th, 1917, residents of Halifax, Nova Scotia, noticed something unusual in the harbor. 2 ships had collided and were on fire. This was inconvenient, dramatic, and very interesting. Naturally, people gathered to watch. One of the ships, the SS Mont Blanc, was carrying a massive cargo of explosives, something most of the city did not know. Fire spread, smoke rose. Onlookers pressed closer to the windows for a better view. Parents called children inside, not because of danger, but because breakfast was getting cold. Office workers paused mid-task to observe. Teachers dismissed curiosity as a harmless distraction. And then something profoundly polite happened. As the fire burned, many people opened windows and doors to watch more comfortably, letting in fresh air and light. At 9:04 a.m., the ship exploded. It was the largest man-made explosion the world had seen at that point. The blast flattened much of the city, shattered windows miles away, and created a pressure wave that turned glass into lethal shrapnel. Thousands were injured. Nearly 2,000 people died. A horrifying number of eye injuries occurred because people were standing near windows. They had opened moments earlier, not out of recklessness, but courtesy and curiosity. The innocent decision was simple. Let's open the window and have a look. History answered with devastation. 2. Ignoring a weird noise. Because it's probably nothing. The Challenger disaster, 1986. On January 28, 1986, NASA prepared to launch the Space Shuttle Challenger. Engineers had concerns, specifically about rubber O-rings used to seal the solid rocket boosters. These rings were known to become brittle in cold temperatures. It was cold that morning. Engineers flagged the issue, meetings were held, charts were shown. The concern wasn't dramatic. It wasn't, "This will definitely explode." It was softer, more dangerous language. "We're not sure. This hasn't been tested. This might be a problem." Management weighed the risks. Launch delays were expensive. Public pressure was intense. The shuttle carried Krista McAuliffe, a civilian teacher. This launch symbolized inspiration, not hesitation. The decision was made to proceed. 73 seconds after liftoff, Challenger disintegrated in front of millions watching live television. All 7 crew members were killed.
It was a bitter cold but sparkling clear morning at Cape Canaveral. Here, the last seconds of the countdown.
3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
All the communications between the shuttle and mission control indicated everything was going fine. There was a sense of relief that the much-delayed flight was finally underway.
Engines at 65%, 3 engines running normally, 3 good fuel cells, 3 good APUs. Engines throttling up, 3 engines now at 104%.
Challenger, go at throttle up. Challenger, go at throttle up.
It happened just over 1 minute into flight.
1 minute, 15 seconds. Velocity 2,900 feet per second. Altitude 9 nautical miles. Downrange distance 7 nautical miles.
From mission control, silence. Then the bland, chilling report.
We have a report from the flight dynamics officer that the vehicle has exploded. Flight director confirms that. We are looking at checking with the recovery forces to see what can be done at this point.
Slow motion. A search effort couldn't begin for some 15 minutes after this. Debris, they said, just kept raining from the sky. The head of the Space Shuttle program had no explanations, just sorrow at the tragedy.
At 11:40 a.m. this morning, the space program experienced a national tragedy with the explosion of the Space Shuttle Challenger approximately a minute and a half after launch from here at the Kennedy Space Center.
Computer-enhanced video shows the explosion in detail. What explosion appears to happen at the rear of the spacecraft, around the main engines, perhaps in one of the two solid rocket boosters. Then a blast higher up. The shuttle was instantly a blazing fireball. NASA has appointed a committee of top engineers and scientists to investigate the catastrophe. Orders have been issued to impound all records concerning the flight, down to the personal notes of all the flight controllers. Dan Molina, NBC News at the Johnson Space Center, Houston.
The innocence lies in how ordinary the reasoning was. No one intended harm. No one thought they were authorizing a tragedy. The decision wasn't ignore safety. It was, we think this will probably be okay. It wasn't. This disaster permanently changed NASA's safety culture and became a case study in how reasonable decisions, made under pressure, can end in irreversible loss. Sometimes, probably fine is the most dangerous phrase in history. 1. Moving a chair to get a better view. The Great Molasses Flood, 1919. Boston, 1919. A massive storage tank held over 2 million gallons of molasses, used for food production and industrial alcohol. The tank leaked regularly. Locals joked about it. Kids collected drips with cups. The smell was a permanent neighborhood feature. Engineers assured everyone it was fine. On January 15th, the tank ruptured. A wave of molasses up to 25 feet high rushed through the streets at terrifying speed. Buildings were knocked off foundations. Trains were derailed. People and horses were trapped and drowned in syrup thick enough to immobilize them. 21 people died. Over 150 were injured. Now here's the innocent decision. Multiple victims had stepped outside or repositioned themselves moments before the collapse, some to investigate strange noises, others to get a better view of what they assumed was a minor leak or mechanical issue. Molasses was not considered dangerous. It was sticky, sweet, annoying at worst. No one anticipated a tidal wave of syrup behaving like a freight train. The disaster led to major changes in engineering standards and corporate accountability. But for those caught in it, the chain of events began with curiosity and routine movement. They didn't run toward danger. They simply adjusted their position, expecting nothing worse than a mess. What makes these stories haunting isn't that people made bad decisions, it's that they made normal ones. Open the window. Proceed as planned. Step closer for a better look. These choices didn't feel risky, they felt reasonable, polite, efficient, or curious. And that's exactly why they worked so well as precursors to disaster. History often punishes not malice, but assumption. The assumption that systems will hold, that warnings are overly cautious, that unusual situations will resolve themselves. Any of us could have made these choices. Many of us have, just without the catastrophic timing. Innocent decisions don't announce their consequences in advance. They look harmless right up until the moment history changes direction. And that, perhaps, is the most unsettling lesson of all.